Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with us. We are Eko Septian.
And me, Edo Renaldy.
And for this video, we'd like to discuss about 4 topics. And for the first one, we'd like to discuss about superstition. And number 2 about slang word.
And number 3 is about popular culture. And the last one is beauty across culture.
Okay, let's start it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For this video, I would like to sharing about superstition. What is superstition? Superstition is any belief or practice that is considered irrational or supernatural. For example, a misunderstanding science or casuality, a positive belief in fate or magic, or fear about something that which is unknown the truth. It's commonly applied to belief and practice surrounding luck, prophecy, and certain spiritual beings. Particularly, the belief that future events can be foretold by specific apparently unrelated prior events. The word superstition is often used to refer to a religion not practiced by the majority of a given society regardless of whether the prevailing religion contains alleged superstition. Superstition already spread out all over the world, and take for example, there are some of Indonesian superstition where the first one is about open an umbrella inside the home. It could be happened a bad luck. Number two, sit on pillow. The superstition could be get sickness if you sit on pillow. And number 3, sit in the front of the door. It could be bad thing will happen in your life because you could be difficult to find your wife or your husband. And also there are some popular superstition in the world. For the first one is black cat. If you meet with the black cat, it could be your bad day. And the second one, number 13, that number was very bad luck number in all over the world, because take for example, if there is some building, don't use the number. So after number 12, directly jump to number 14. So a bad luck number. And number 3, walking under the ladder, and so on. Believe or not, but that superstition happened around the world. Okay, that's my explanation, that's my a little sharing about superstition, and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, for the next topic is about slang word. I would like to share about a slang word all over the world. For first, the definition of slang word. What is the definition of slang word? Slang word is a type of language that consists of words and phrases that are regarded as very informal form, are more common in speech than writing, and are typically restricted to a particular context of group of people. Slang words are informal vocabulary words that aren't typically found in a dictionary. Many of these words have multiple meanings, so you will have to pay close attention to the context of conversation in order to use them correctly. Learn about slang word is very helpful for us for our listening comprehension, because slang word is the simple one that might be used in informal conversation. and it usually used by the native speaker. So, if you had a conversation with a native speaker and they use any slang word, you could not be confused. What is the meaning of they are said? And some of common slang words of American English are such as "What's up?" It means "Hey, what are you doing?" Number two, "I feel you." It means I understand and empathize with you. "I got it." It means I understand. "Hang out." It means to spend time with others. Show up, arrive at an event. And as you can see, you can just learn a language by studying a textbook. Listening will be a key step in mastering these slang words and using them in the right context. So, hang out with more native speakers, observe the way they use a slang in conversation, and then imitate them. Memorizing this English slang word and their meaning will get you one step closer to sound like a native speaker. And thank you for your watching this video, and bye bye.
Okay, the next material is about popular culture. And what do you think if you learn about popular culture? Yeah, that's right. Popular culture is the totally idea, perspective, behavior, memes, images, and the other phenomena chosen by the informal consensus in mainstream all culture, especially by Western culture in the early to mid the 20th century and the global mainstream that emerged at the end of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st century. With great influence from the mass media, this collection idea permeates people's life. Popular culture is as something trivial in order to seek consensual acceptance of the mainstream. As a result, popular culture arises from behind fierce criticism from a variety of major knowledge sources. The term popular culture emerged in 19th century or earlier to refer education and cultureness in the lower classes. The term began to assume the notion of the lower class culture were separate and sometimes at odds with the true education. Toward the end of the century, the use which then became established during the interval periods, the current understanding the term culture of the mass consumption, especially starting in the United States, was used at the end of World War II. The short form of pop culture dates back to the 90s. Initially developed in Europe, more assumed by culture attached to the lower social class that distinguished it from high culture from an elite class. Popular culture is also often brought closer to the term mass culture or mass culture, which is mass produced and mass consumed as well. So, local culture is manufactured cultural project, which is everywhere and doesn't require any effort to consume it. Popular culture emerged from urbanization, due to the industrial evolution, which identified common terms with the definition of mass culture. Research on shapescapes by women or pistol, for example, found many vitality characteristics in Shakespeare's place in his participation in the popular culture of Renaissance, meanwhile contemporary practitioners such as Thierry and John McCart use popular culture in Gramscian sense that encompasses the tradition of most people. Okay, and the last one material is perception beauty in across culture. What is the beauty? Many us are confused about explaining the word beauty. Is it true that beautiful judgments are only based on the beauty of facial features and curve, or we ourselves are creating discriminatory boundaries of beauty itself? We experience confusion over the handle of the definition of beauty. We believe in the general view of beauty, but we ourselves don't really understand their view of beauty. As we know, the people in the world has different in diversity. It's not fair if we define beauty from one set perspective. From diversity, that is the true nature of beauty. No matter that she is fat, have a black skin, or short, all she is still beautiful because she is a woman. One of the biggest forms of crimes is when we judge that someone is not beauty, and that is totally intolerable. We doesn't know what will happen after we say that, because all women deserve to be considered beautiful. In the conclusion, beauty is toward our behavior. Beauty is not merely about physical. Male interests of a woman are more because of their behavior, and women themselves perceive themselves as beautiful because on the basis of the behavior that makes them attractive. How do other people judge someone interesting? Again, it is a subjective answer. There is no clear definition about beauty, but we have a misconception that beauty should not only be physical. Other studies also prove that non-physical factors can increase physical attractiveness, because physical beauty can fade the great insecurity in women. So we could recommend that you change the perception of your definition of beauty only from the physical. Investing in non-physical accept is not only a plan. Improve your character and behavior, then your level of attractiveness will be even higher. And the last one, because every single woman have their own beauty. Thank you. That's all.
So for our video for those four topics, and I hope that it could be give you more information, more knowledge about those four material. And the last one I'm Eko Septian.
And I, Edo Renaldy,
Would like to say thanks for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
If you found the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes.